Now let us move on to the oversubscription. As we have discussed earlier that sometimes the company receive applications over and above the actually offered shares. So this over and above is known as oversubscription. So whenever there is an oversubscription, either the company can decide the proportion in which the company wants to issue the share, or it can be on pro rata basis. Pro rata allotment. Allotment in case of oversubscription can be made proportionately, and when it is made proportionately, we call it as the share allotment on the basis of pro rata or on pro rata basis. Excess money. What will happen to the excess money? The excess money received can be adjusted towards the allotment or the calls, or can be refunded to the shareholders. If it is to be adjusted towards the allotment or calls, there must be a clause permitting this effect in the prospectus. हमें prospectus में शुरू से ही लिख के चलना पड़ता है कि अगर excess money हमारे पास आती है तो उस excess money को हम allotment में या फिर call में use कर सकते हैं. If prospectus is not providing this clause, then we will have to refund the excess money back to the shareholders. Now let us take one example. Rockstar Company issued 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each on the following basis as shown in table. On application, the company is going to call rupees 2, on allotment rupees 4, on first call again rupees 2, on second call rupees 2. It comes to rupees 10. So 10 rupees is divided into all these four heads. Now applications were received for 60,000 shares, and directors have decided to use the excess application money towards the allotment. Now see the accounting impact. Our step 1, as we have already discussed, we will be receiving the application money, and the journal entry will be bank account debit to share application account. 60,000 शेयर्स के ऊपर 2 रुपए के हिसाब से हमें एप्लीकेशन मनी मिलती है, तो अमाउंट हमारी क्या रहती है? 60,000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2 will give us 1,20,000. Now this application money will be transferred to share capital account when the company will allot 50,000 shares. When it is transferred, then our journal entry will be share application account debit to share capital account, as we have discussed earlier, but the amount will not be for 60,000. The amount will be for the shares which the company actually proposed to issue, that is 50,000. So 50,000 multiplied by 2 as an application money will be transferred to the share capital account. So the total money transferred is 1 lakh. And step 3, when we are to adjust the application money towards the allotment account. Now the directors have decided to adjust this money to allotment, so our journal entry will be share application account debit to share allotment account amounting to rupees 20,000. How come? 10,000 shares on which we have received excess application money multiplied by rupees 2 per share. So the amount is rupees 20,000. स्टेप 4 इज व्हेन अलॉटमेंट मनी बिकम्स ड्यू. अब अलॉटमेंट मनी ड्यू होती है तो हम उसको कैपिटल के साथ ड्यू करते हैं. अवर एंट्री विल बी शेयर अलॉटमेंट अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट रुपीस 2 लाख. क्योंकि अलॉटमेंट मनी ड्यू होनी है 50,000 शेयर के ऊपर, 4 रुपए के हिसाब से ड्यू होनी है. सो 50,000 इंटू 4 विल गिव अस 2 लाख. एंड व्हेन वी रिसीव अलॉटमेंट मनी, तो हम कितने शेयर्स के ऊपर अलॉटमेंट मनी रिसीव करने वाले हैं? 50,000 शेयर्स के ऊपर. कितनी मनी हमने रिसीव करनी है? 4 रुपए के हिसाब से 2 लाख रुपए. लेकिन इस 2 लाख रुपए में से 20,000 ऐसी मनी है जो हम ऑलरेडी रिसीव कर चुके हैं और जो हम ऑलरेडी शेयर अलॉटमेंट अकाउंट में एडजस्ट कर चुके हैं. इट मीन्स दैट वी आर गोइंग टू रिसीव 1,80,000 रुपीज ओनली आउट ऑफ द 2 lakh rupees, because rest 20,000 rupees we have already received. So here the narration will be being allotment money received on 50,000 shares and amount will become 1,80,000. Next, when the first call will become due. Now first call will become due on 50,000 shares at rate of rupees 2 amounting to rupees 1 lakh. Our journal entry will be share first call account debit to share capital account. And when we will receive first call, our entry will be bank account debit to share first call account अब यहाँ पे हमें 1 लाख की कॉल ड्यू हुई थी, 1 लाख का 1 लाख मनी ही हमें मिल जाना है, क्योंकि जितना एक्सेस मनी था वो हमने अलॉटमेंट में एडजस्ट कर दिया। उसके बाद हमारे साथ कोई भी एक्सेसिव मनी नहीं बचता है। इसका मतलब फर्स्ट कॉल में हम पूरा का पूरा 1 लाख रुपए रिसीव करेंगे। नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू ड्यू द सेकेंड एंड फाइनल कॉल। सो जब वो ड्यू होती है तो हमारी जर्नल एंट्री क्या बनती है? शेयर सेकेंड एंड फाइनल कॉल अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट, और कितने मनी से हमने डेबिट करना है? 50,000 शेयर्स के ऊपर 2 रुपए के हिसाब से हमने कॉल की है। सो 50,000 into 2 विल गिव अस रुपीज 1 lakh. नाउ व्हेन this call is received by the company, our journal entry will be bank account debit to share second and final call account amounting to rupees 1 lakh. So this is how we prepare the journal entry. Calls in advance. Sometimes it happens that shareholders send us the call money in advance before it becomes due or before the company calls for the same. जब वो हमें पहले कॉल मनी को भेज देते हैं तो हमारे पास एडवांस आ जाता है, यानी कि वो मनी हमारे पास जल्दी आ जाती है। अगर वो मनी हमारे पास जल्दी आ जाती है, वी आर गोइंग टू एडजस्ट दैट मनी इन अ न्यूली ओपन्ड अकाउंट नोन एज कॉल्स इन एडवांस अकाउंट। कॉल्स इन एडवांस बिकॉज अभी हमने कॉल नहीं की थी और शेयर होल्डर अपनी मर्जी से हमें हमारे पास भेज देते हैं, अभी तो वो अमाउंट ड्यू भी नहीं होती है। सो टिल दैट टाइम, till the amount becomes due, calls in advance will be treated as the liability. So when we treat calls in advance as a liability, we need to pay interest on these calls in advance. Either the company can decide that this will be the percentage of rate of interest, but if the articles of association of the company are silent about the interest on calls in advance, then the company will follow table A. And as per table A, company needs to pay 6% rate of interest per annum on calls which were paid in advance by the shareholders. So this interest will be charged to profits and will be paid even if there are no profits in the company. So हम इस interest को जो हमने पे किया है on calls in advance, we are going to charge it against profit and loss account. Now see the accounting treatment. When call money is received or calls in advances are received, we will be writing bank account debit to calls in advance account, and narration will be being calls in advance received on dash much number of shares at rate of rupees, and narration will be being calls in advance received on dash number of shares. So when call becomes due, we are to adjust this calls in advance account against the relevant call account. So for this effect, the journal entry which will be passed is calls in advance account debit to relevant call account, and narration will be being calls in advance adjusted. Now when interest on calls in advance is paid via check, we will be writing the journal entry as interest on calls in advance account debit to bank account. Now interest on calls in advance is a nominal account. Nominal account है और उसका रूल बोलता है debit all expenses and losses. That is why we will be debiting the interest on calls in advance, treating it as the expenditure of the business. And narration will be being interest on calls in advance paid at the rate of the percentage will be decided by the company, or if it follows table A, then the rate will be 6%. Now when interest on calls in advances is not paid, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि ड्यू कर दिया लेकिन पे नहीं किया, जब तक हमने उसको पे नहीं किया है, it will be shown as outstanding interest. So the journal entry will be interest on calls in advance account debit to outstanding interest account,